Kid Craddock in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Hey, this is Kelly Raspberry. This is your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday, April 28th. Now, Madonna just bought an apartment in New York City. Nothing too surprising about that, except she used her maiden name to make that little purchase, which only adds fuel to the fire that her marriage to Guy Ritchie is in trouble. Of course, rumors were sort of bubbling under the surface for a while now, until the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony when Guy was a no-show. That's when things really started running rampant on the rumor mill. So it's just adding more fuel to that divorce fire. Kenny Chesney injured in his opening night of his concert tour in Columbia, South Carolina. There's a lift that was supposed to bring him up onto the stage, and he, has his ankle strapped in to, keep him from falling off. Well, somehow his foot got caught between the stage and that lift, and it was really pretty painful. He managed to free himself and limped through the rest of his 2-hour show. He says he had to do it for the fans. He never considered not going through with it, but a doctor was on standby, so the minute he walked off the stage, they had to cut the boot off of his foot. No word on the seriousness or the extent of his injuries. Sheryl Crow playing a little matchmaker between her two good friends, Jennifer Aniston and John Mayer. She hooked them up when she was on tour down in Florida, and they finally got together for a lunch date Friday afternoon in South Beach. So things were going so well, they convinced the kitchen to stay open past 3 o'clock so they could be by themselves in the restaurant for a little quality one-on-one time. And then they went out later that night together to an Italian restaurant where they stayed out until 1 in the morning, I hear. So that looks like a pretty good match-made relationship. How would I say that? Hookup, good hookup. Amy Winehouse was arrested on Friday, and she turned herself in voluntarily. She's accused of headbutting this guy outside a pub in London after a particularly boozy night. She went to the police headquarters, and a doctor there determined that she wasn't fit to, start speaking to the police. They thought maybe she should wait until the next morning, have a little time to sober up. And then the next day, she confessed to doing it. They did release her, and they don't plan to pursue any charges. In the meantime, Amy was seen hanging all over this guy. His name is Alex Haynes, and people say she's really crazy nuts about him. He's clean cut, doesn't smoke, drinks socially, absolutely no drugs. Little problem, she's still married to Blake, incarcerated, remember? But she's been trying to keep this quiet. She's afraid Blake might do something crazy to himself behind bars. In the meantime, she has not been wearing her wedding ring. Now, finally, Miley Cyrus is admitting it was her in those internet photos where she's pulling down her, little wife beater, showing us her pretty green bra. She says she's very embarrassed. She's not perfect. She's wishes she hadn't done it. Please, bear with her doing these mistakes that she's going to make as she becomes a woman. But she posed willingly and all that good stuff for Vanity Fair magazine. Annie Leibovitz did this photo spread, and she said, they misled me. They told me it was going to be this artistic thing, and now I'm completely embarrassed by the photos that are coming out, showing her basically naked, covered up by a sheet. Now, Vanity Fair says, no, you didn't, because your parents were there, and if they weren't there, your representative was there. There was a mature, responsible adult there the entire time we were photographing you. We did not mislead you in any way. So apparently Disney bosses weren't too happy when they saw these pictures. So they're trying to backtrack a little bit on that. But when you check them out in the June issue of Vanity Fair, you'll see for yourself if she has something to apologize for. That's your Showbiz Top 5 for Monday.